hello everyone, how are we all? Welcome back to my channel and to a very jam-packed, slightly chaotic vlog. Now, the past couple of videos you guys would have seen we've been doing the garden. I don't know what we were thinking, but in our minds it made sense to just get all of the dirty jobs done at once. I'm just going to say that now. Now, if you've ever landscaped a garden or leveled a garden, we have not, and we totally didn't anticipate how much dirt, mud, and just back-breaking effort it would require. So there is so much to do, and I just feel like I'm like blah blah blah. So I've got the girls, I've got Maggie and I've got Ivy. They're just chilling here. We've been on a lovely little walk. There we are. Zara is away in Birmingham this weekend because she's at a wedding, and I was just in Italy in Lake Como for 2 days for some work. I didn't vlog it just because it was so crazy. The itinerary was kind of like a lot, and I had to do stuff on other platforms, so I didn't get a chance to make a vlog, but it was really, really lovely. But no sooner had I landed in London, Zara then set off for Birmingham. So we've kind of just been passing ships, but Zara's been cracking on with work, and she's been overseeing the electrician in the living room. So again, if you've ever had rewiring done, oh my goodness, honestly, you know, this is our first home and we are learning a lot. Maybe this is actually a good way to do it, but if you know me, guys, I like clean, I like cleanliness, I like order. And Zara was like, prepare yourself when you land and come back, the house is chaos. And I thought, okay, it's fine, it's gonna be fine. I'm not fine. I'm trying, but everything feels, yeah, just dusty. It's fine because things have to get worse before they get better. And in the grand scheme of things, it's all coming together beautifully. It's one of those things you have to trust the process. So, whilst I was away in Italy, we had the electrician come. I'm going to take you into the living room and show you. And he had a job, guys. He had a job because obviously we built the bookcases in a couple of months ago, and I'm just going to take you into the living room because I feel like it's just better to show you. So this is how our living room currently looks, and it's fine. So this is what we're dealing with. I mean, do you know what? It's just dust. It's just a lot of dust. This is actually from my car. This is the little parcel shelf from my car because my car has been used essentially as like a truck. So that's just where I've just walked. Yeah, so I did get dust sheets and I said, Zara, just do what you can, but it was quite invasive work that they did. So you'll see here, they had to basically channel through the wall. They put filler in it to pop the light in, but they are in. So that was job number one. So we've got light there, and then we have another light there. The other job was to put a plug behind the TV, which they have also done. So I just need to essentially put this wire in some like cable ties and just tuck it behind. But then there is going to be no more cables visible, which is just wonderful and makes me very happy. Then we also had these electrics channeled in. So these are our new switches and they are wonderful. So there we are. They control these lights. They actually removed this part of the light, but we're obviously going to get a new beautiful light fitting. So we just said, just leave it because we will be getting something installed. We haven't made a decision yet, hence why they've just left it like that. But yeah, both lights now work from these wonderful toggle switches here. So obviously all of this needs to be filled, and then same on this side. Now, this is where things get complicated because, well, not complicated, it was complicated for the electrician. So these again are light switches that operate these two lights. So we've got light there and light there, and naturally because this is the doorway, the only doorway now, and because obviously we've blocked up that doorway, which, guys, I'm going to come on to this because I have news. Anyway, yeah, so basically you come on through, this will obviously be changing into a lovely wooden glass door to allow light through, and then naturally you come in, you can turn them on. Now this is a wireless receiver switch. Because we built the bookcases in, the only way those lights could have been wired through the toggle switches is to go through the beautiful cornice Coven, and I just didn't want to do it. It's original and it pained me. So Zara rang me and he said, look, we've got a choice. We can either go through the ceiling, go through the floor upstairs and down through, which again we didn't want to do because we've just had the floor done. So yeah, this is kind of the compromise that we've got, and it's not really a compromise. At the moment it doesn't look amazing, but all it is a little light box and you just click it and they turn on. So these are the lights, so we can just click on, click off, and they just really illuminate the space beautifully. Obviously, I think when these are painted, and yeah, it just gives a gorgeous glow on an evening. So nice. Obviously, lighting is really important in a room, and yeah, I just absolutely adore these. I think they just look so amazing. And obviously this bookcase, they put the wires through, but obviously I need to finish this bookcase off. They had to remove the bookcase and then slot it back in, so it's all good. And yeah, we are officially very nearly there. So that was the rewiring, which took 2 days and wasn't as expensive as we thought it was going to be. Then they did the hallway switch out. So we've now got this beautiful 3 toggle brass hallway switch. So again, we obviously had these new lights installed a couple of months ago. They need a really good dust. So we've got one of those upstairs, and then we've got the middle light, and then the end light is for this light switch out here. There we are. So that is the light. You might recognize this from Ewan. It was from a car boot sale, and it originated in a townhouse in Edinburgh, and we've had it fitted in. So obviously we need to get all of this replastered and painted, but I absolutely love it. It's just so nice, and I feel like once the door frame is painted, obviously we'll change it in time, but just paint it for now, I think it's gonna look amazing. But when you're getting work like that done and you are going through walls and it's just a lot, subsequently everything then gets dusty. Because we were looking after Ivy, so Zara had 2 dogs, also trying to work, we didn't have time to move all of this. The electrician got moved 2 days forward, so yeah, things should have been covered and moved, but they weren't. This is just to show you how much dust we've got going on. Ta-da! But dust is temporary, guys. We've now got the mud and the bags. I'm actually going to give you a little update out here right now, but yeah, I've bagged up all of the rubbish. This is now the 4th run to the dump that I've done with this rubbish. This is just soil from the garden, but Zara's been painting the fences out here and it is looking really well. So a huge pile of mud that you saw in the last video is now completely cleared. The grass is now thriving. It's still a little bit patchy, but we've put new pet-friendly grass seed down, so it will come back in time. And yeah, I'm gonna show you in detail in a second, but we've been painting the fences. So we went for black, which I know is going to be very controversial, but it looks a bit stark at the moment. But the contrast between the Cotswold stone and the black fences, and imagine when the planters are here. I'm going to talk about the planters actually, because I've had a bit of a navigation around cost. So those bags are actually going to keep, because when the planters are built, we're going to use the soil from those to fill. So rather than buying compost, we can just use the ground soil that we've used. So effectively all of that just needs to go in the shed. And then yeah, we've got a delivery of gravel coming. So we used Gravel Masters online, and it was, I think it was £140 for an 850 kilogram dump bag. That's 850 kilograms of gravel that we've got to, well, I've got to carry through the house into the garden. So it's not going to be easy, but it's just going to be a process. Obviously we're in a terraced house, so we don't have like a side alleyway that it can be brought through, but that's okay. I will just do it and take my time and not hurt my back, but it will be so good when it's done. In the meantime, that's given us time to paint the fences and get everything level. So these are the borders, and yeah, these are going to obviously have the beautiful shrubs in. We're going to get some really nice tall trees, so obviously add some privacy here. This fence isn't done though, this is just one coat, so we need to add a second coat on there. But look at all of the greenery, it's literally thriving, ready to be in the ground. We're going to keep some in the pots of course, but I think the cherry laurel is going to go in the ground, and then this beautiful tree that we picked up in the garden centre is also going to go in the ground too. Actually that needs a big water, that is looking quite dry. I think all of this needs a water, to be honest. Obviously the bluebells have now died back, so I need to just deadhead them. But yeah, the lavender's looking amazing. It's all doing very well, and this climber that Zara's aunt and uncle gave us is going to be perfect. So a quick one about the planters. Now, we had a builder come round to talk about the bathroom, which I will come on to a bit later in the vlog. We'll talk bathroom and paint samples. I know you're probably sick of me talking about that. The planters were coming in for brick breeze block planters around £1,200, £1,500. That was for installing them and rendering them and clearing away the waste. Now, Zara and I weren't expecting it to be that much money. Again, this is the first time we've ever done things like this before, so we don't know the cost of anything. We kind of sat down and thought, look, is that going to add £1,500 worth of value to the house? Maybe, probably not. But can we replicate it with a different material to try and get that nice finished look? So the builder said, well, why don't you use sleepers? Now, we weren't going to use sleepers because we thought that would be more expensive, but he said not. So he's quoted around £350 for the install of 12 foot worth of sleepers, which I priced up to do myself with materials. And then obviously the time, I just thought, you know what, let's just go for it. It is a lot of money, but we'll get the same kind of like raised bed style. And obviously it then fills the space. We're not gonna paint them black. So we're gonna have like a really nice, I think like a khaki olive green, maybe more like a beigey green along there. We will also be painting that wall the same color just to break up the black so it's not as intense. But obviously with all the greenery and shrubs, it will thrive. So trust the process, guys. I know the black is going to be very divisive, but for the moment, we're loving it. So yeah, today's task is to finish painting all of that fence and the fence behind the conifer tree, trim the grass, and then we need to go and grab some more plants to do some planting. And then tomorrow I'm going to be focusing on that last bookcase, so I'm going to be finishing that off with the joinery, so the electrician can come back and install the light, and that's done. So it needs joinery, priming, and then a clean. So I'm being quite ambitious in 2 days. Something tells me I'm not going to be able to get all that done in 2 days. However, I can try. First things first though, I need to have some breakfast. We haven't really got a lot in. We have a random bagel. I will still have random bagel, and maybe, oh, we've got some fruit, some leftover fruit. Maybe I'll have like a smoothie and a bagel. Sorry, I feel like I've literally just talked for so long. How is everyone doing? Are you all over here? I hope you're all well and safe. The weather is finally on the up here in England as well. It was beautiful in Italy, but it is absolutely stunning to land back in London and have sunny weather. It really did make my day. So, but yeah, a very nice start to what hopefully will be, what's a blueberry bagel? Oh, fine. What hopefully will be a really gorgeous, wonderful summer. Right, I'm gonna make a smoothie, and then I need to load up my car with 15 bags of soil. Okay, this is officially cleared. We are now free of all of that mud. Oh my goodness, honestly, I really did not anticipate how long that was going to take. We're also very lucky because some London boroughs actually don't allow you to dispose of your soil waste in the rubbish centre. You have to have a skip to do that, but our borough very luckily don't mind it. So there we are, we've saved a bit of money there. I'm going to pop these bags just at the back of the garden for now, and then yeah, we can obviously use that to fill the planters when they're built. I'm going to get cracking on now with trimming the garden. So obviously Zara's painted up until she can here, but I need to trim all of this back and get it back down to the base level, ready to paint. We are getting a lawnmower very soon, so that will help a lot with the whole trimming and raking situation. Now that the ground that we've got of grass is level, I think a lawnmower will maintain it so much better, so there'll be no more of this raking. It's working for now, but I'm just going to go in with my little clippers and just tidy up the edge, ready to paint these panels. So this is the fence paint that we're using. It's the Cuprinol Duck's Back Black 5-year weather protection. Obviously it rains a lot in England, so that is a very good reason why we bought it. So I need to go over the fence panels again and tape off the bottom, because we're going to do a full black down to the concrete pillars, and then just repeat. Hopefully, we've already gone through one tin, there's half of this left. We've got about 6 panels left to do, so this should be enough. So I'm just taking a little break in the sun, and I have painted 3 panels really quite well. I've got another 4.5 to go, but I'm just finishing off this book. This is called The Therapist by B.A. Paris, and it's so good. I've got such little left. I was reading it on the plane to and from Italy, and honestly I couldn't put it down. It was brilliant. It's really good, and I have no idea how it's going to end, so I'll let you know what I think when I'm done. Just going to have a little banana for some energy, and I just made myself a lovely iced coffee. We are so very nearly there, guys. I'm going to stop at this end fence post here because obviously the trees are in the way, and I need to give that full brush down. And I think for now, if I can just do this last little patch here and this last fence panel, then we are all done. On both sides, it's looking so good. Honestly, I cannot wait for the stones to be delivered. I just feel like it's going to make the space come together perfectly. I'm also ravenous. I've only had my bagel and a smoothie, and it's 5:30. I think I've just been in the zone and just cracking on, but yeah, I'm gonna finish this and then fire up the barbecue because I am hungry. Okay guys, I am officially done and I am so proud of that. I think that looks really, really smart. There is a little touch up to do down here, but obviously it doesn't matter too much because the planters are going to be here. And then this side is completely painted too. I've just gone over where Zara painted at the start of the week, and I've been painting all down here as well. I've just left this line here because I am defeated. The sun is just setting and I feel like I just need to make some dinner and call it a day. So outside jobs done for today, inside jobs will start tomorrow. So here we are, this is the barbecue that we ordered. It's a Outback Omega and we got it from John Lewis, and it was actually in the sale. I need to give it a bit of a clean because I used it yesterday, but it was really reasonably priced. Some of the barbecues we saw online were very expensive, and this has a little side burner as well. It was quite complicated to put together, but so far really impressed. These are easily removable and they're very easy to wipe clean as well. Everything kind of comes out, and it's got a little kickstand on the side as well that you can pop up, so you can use that too. So yeah, I'm gonna move this bin just because obviously heat plastic, not a good idea. But yeah, really, really happy with it, and it heats up very well. It is gas, and another traditional barbecue flavour comes from coal, but we just had a gas canister, so we thought that would be the most practical. But yeah, very impressed. So I'm going to turn this on now. Let's do that, and let's see, and 2. So we'll turn those down and then close the lid and let it heat up. Okay, I just finished up dinner and it was absolutely delicious. Honestly, I don't think the novelty of A, having a garden, or B, having a barbecue will ever wear off, ever. It's moments like this, even though I'm on my own, just sat in the garden, I just feel so grateful. A barbecue in our own home, oh, just joyous. Anyway, I just had some chicken pitters with some grilled pepper and a little bit of potato salad that was left over in the fridge. I'm very much enjoying this lovely Provence rosé. It's gorgeous, it's rosé season. I'm gonna sit and read my book, and I finished The Therapist. Oh my goodness, this book had me guessing up until literally the last chapter. If you love psychological thrillers, B.A. Paris, check her books out. Behind Closed Doors, brilliant. I think I've read another one of her books, I can't remember. I'll link my Goodreads down below, but love this. Because all of our books are off of the shelves, are in Zara's bedroom, so essentially we have a library in her bedroom, and she is very much looking forward to getting the library sorted so all of the books can come back downstairs. So I just went for a little rummage and picked up this, which caught my eye. Effectively, we have a bookstore in our house. So this is The Retreat by Sherry Smith, and I think Zara actually picked this one up because I don't remember reading the blurb, like the synopsis, but it sounds very good. Clever and remarkable novel with a dark and twisty plot. You'll never guess the explosive ending. Sounds good. So yeah, I'm just gonna sit with my wine. It's really still quite mild, so the inside of the house is like a dusty cave, so I'm gonna sit outside in the fresh air. Good morning everyone. It is Sunday and we're back at it. We're just gonna carry on, keeping the momentum going. So it's another absolutely glorious day today. So I'm gonna take the girls out for a walk. They're literally just right here. I've got the leads at the ready. I'm walking them in the morning just because it gets too hot. It's already like approaching the 20s, so you know, I don't want them to get too toasty out there. So today we're gonna be tackling the inside of the house as much as I want to be out there. There are some touch-ups to be doing on the fence, but I'm just going to leave them for now. I need to finish off the bookcase, the final bookcase, and then they are done. I need to do some sanding and cleaning, basically, which is not fun. But I am going to take a little trip to B&Q to get some plants for outside because I'm just really excited and I feel like I can't contain my excitement, and I just want to get loads of greenery and flowers and get them in the ground because it's May. And you can plant in May. Ideally would have planted much earlier, but obviously we haven't been able to do that because we were waiting until we had the borders. So yeah, now the fences are pretty much done. It's just a case of everything following suit after that. So it's very exciting. Okay, I'm back at my second home. It's not the dump. It's Home Bargains. I love it here, and seemingly so does everyone else, because the minute it's sunny, everyone's getting on their garden, and Home Bargains has only been open 20 minutes. The car park is full. So if there are any plants left, I'm going to have a little look. I want some climbers. Climbers would be really good. So if we can find some of those, I'm a happy guy. So they have some really good size olive trees for $19.99. I actually think I'm going to get a couple of these. I think these will look beautiful in the planters. So I'm going to get a couple of them. They're looking a bit dry, so they need a good old drink, but I have some olive feed for them at home, so I'm going to get a couple of them for sure. I also think these are really good, like gap fillers. So these are some cordyline. I think I'm going to get a couple of those. I already have one of them at home, but I think I'm going to get a green and a red. I think they look beautiful. Okay, Home Bargains was very busy, so I didn't get my vlog camera out too much, but I've got some really amazing plants here. Look at the size of this olive tree. It's absolutely amazing. Got some beautiful aces here as well, and some nice additional foliage. I'm not too sure what this one is, but it's got some beautiful heads on it, so I think that's going to blossom stunningly. And then yeah, just got some bits and bobs. Got Ivy some more dog food. All good. So I was just getting some bits in Aldi because it's next to Home Bargains, and I found this wisteria. It's actually flowering as well, which is always a good sign. For $16.99? That is such a good price for wisteria. I know it takes a while to bloom as well, so yeah, this is the season for it. So I think if we get it in the ground, it should come back every year. Does anyone else's dogs do this? The minute you come back, they have to check out everything. Look at this, good old sniff. And then, yeah, just half a jungle. Seal of approval? Cool. Okay, so this is the little Home Bargains haul, and I mean, it's hardly little. We have a beautiful variety of plants going on here, and I'm just so pleased with them all. I think the prices were amazing. So this olive tree was $19.99, and it's got loads of new leaves on it. I thought that was a really, really good price for how mature it is already. And then I picked up this Laurus nobilis. I think it was $3.99, so it's just a really nice garden shrub. And then I picked up this one. I forgot the name of it. It is a Agapathus fireworks, but I actually just loved the way that had like a little pop of colour. I think if we stick with like whites and purples, I think it's going to look absolutely beautiful. Hence why I also bought the wisteria too. And then we picked up some of these cordylines, which are just really lovely fillers. I got 2 of those, and then 2 aces as well. So that is everything. And then I also picked up these spikes for $1.99 because where the sleepers have now settled. On the other side here, I'm going to drill another one of these little brackets. They're quite hard to see, but that bracket there, I'm going to drill it on the other side and then spike these behind it just to make sure that this does not go anywhere. Obviously I'll cut them to size so you don't see them poking out, but yeah, that's the plan. So I got 3 of those, and that's going to be the task for today. We have a lot of plants now. We are really fully stocked, so once these planters are built here, we can obviously fill them as well. But for now, it's just going to be a case of getting everything where it needs to be in the right sunlight. I also think that I need to paint down the bottom here now, whilst it's good weather, and bring this forward ever so slightly. I think about another 15 centimeters or so, just because that is not deep enough for borders. I feel like we can get a little bit more in there. So yeah, that's the plan for today. Also, look how dusty this fern is. This was in the living room and it is not loving life, so I need to give that a good soak. And I might actually start putting it in the shower with us just to get some humidity back into the leaves, but it's still doing well. I've had this since last year now and it is still growing. Okay guys, update. So we have plants in the borders. It's quite difficult to show you. They'll come over this way. There we are. So we have the 2 aces on either side. Now these can grow up to 200 centimeters, so I've given them plenty room. We've got the cherry laurel in the middle, and then the olive tree here, and then we have the beautiful wisteria. Now obviously wisteria does need something naturally to intertwine and grow on, so it has these little bamboo shoots here, but I probably will need to get some kind of trellis for it to, you know, wind its way up. But the fact that it's flowering is amazing. So I'm going to drench this soil in water. I'm avoiding this one because this is a little yucca succulent, and this just looks beautiful. Apparently this can grow up to 95 centimeters in its first year of growth. So there we are. I'm very pleased with how this is looking. We will probably get some bedding plants as well to go around, but for now I think that looks quite nice. I don't want to overcrowd them already. And then I've just worked the stumps into the ground and screwed them in from either side, and I added another bolt on this side too, just to add some extra security. Now this is not wobbling at all, just when Maggie and I have been jumping over, because it's different heights without the gravel in, they've been catching their feet. So yeah, there we are, completely empty at the moment. It's a bit too hot to be working outside. We're reaching 25 degrees in May, which is very hot. So I've decided to come inside and finish the bookcase. Now, not having my stepdad here, this is fully relying on me now. So I'm trying to like jog my memory of where we were last time. But I think I can figure out what I need to do. I need to drill the bookcase back in so it's essentially flush here. There was a couple of points where the nails wouldn't adhere. But now that the electrician's been and the cabling is through on top, I need to pop the strip wood on, which is this stuff here. So we need to add it into the middle piece, and then obviously on the side pieces as well with the quadrant, and then on this side too. And then it needs a thorough clean and then priming. But I don't know if I'm gonna get through the priming today, but I definitely want to get the structure of it done. I also need to cut some miter cuts at the top, so that's gonna be fun. But yeah, I'm sure I'll figure it out. Okay, progress has been made. So I've done the miter cut and I've popped the wood around the top and the side and the middle. And now I just need to do the end. It's taken me slightly longer than anticipated because this is two bookcases sandwiched together, and they're not level, but the wall is slightly off-center. Off-center? Maybe, I don't think that's the right word, but basically it's just quite tricky to make them match. So yeah, last two pieces in the end, piece of quadrant, and then I'm just gonna give it a clean. Oh my God, look at my hair. I look like a pineapple. And there we have it. It is, and there we have it, the final bookcase. So this is what it looks like, obviously, but then it needs, like I say, a priming, but I think this looks fantastic. And I'm really proud that I managed to do all of the cuts and the miters myself, and I didn't have any bother. So I said I'd talk to you about paint samples in this vlog, and if you're still sticking with us, we've gone through many iterations of what we're gonna do in the living room library, and now that the bookcase is finished, it's the next thing to think about after the plastering. So this colour here is Railings by Fire and Ball, and this is Wimborne White by Fire and Ball. Now I ordered some Court samples. I've used Court before and I really rate their paint. So this is the colour Dodie. It is very similar to Railings. It's got more of like a bluey undertone, I would say. I also did order this, which is 2am, but I think it is slightly too blue. But Dodie is lovely, and then this is Pampas. I did have some other whites as well, Sweatpants, but I think that's a bit too stark. And Pablo, which I think is just a little bit... Actually, Pablo is quite nice. Maybe we'll consider that. Pablo and Sweatpants are very lovely. And then this colour I have fallen in love with. So this is a colour called Yes Chef. Now, this is a colour that we will be putting in the library room. It's a really beautiful rusty red. So this would be fully all over in here. We're going to do red on the woodwork, red in the bookcases. It's pretty much going to be red everywhere. Now, this is a strong contender because over here, this is Eating Room Red by Fire and Ball. So I'd say Eating Room Red is more of a, sorry, it's very mucky, a very luxurious deep red, whereas this I would say, Yes Chef is more of a rust, definitely more of a taupey brown, which is nice, but I think I'm swaying more towards Eating Room Red. I think it's just got more of a luxurious feel to it. I think this feels a little bit too contemporary. It is nice. So what I'm going to do is peel it off and stick it here just so we can kind of get a feel for it and see if we do like it. But it is nice, but I'd say it's borderline brown. So that is definitely a contender, but I'm not too sure. And we also had some samples arrive for the bathroom. Now, the previous vlog, you guys, actually 2 vlogs ago, you'll have seen we were talking about the bathroom, the plans. So these are the 3 tile options that we ordered. What we will be doing is doing a stripe between a lovely white. This is a gorgeous, it's called Artisan White, and it's the baked tile course, so it's got a really nice like uneven effect. I'm really liking this teal colour. This is Little Italy, oh, come on, Little Italy green. I think that is absolutely beautiful. So we do a row of the green and then a row of the white in vertical position. This is very nice. This is Rapture Crackle Burnt Orange. Again, very nice, but I don't know if that bathroom can handle such a strong colour. So these I'm kind of swaying towards. This was also very nice, but I mean, potentially either or. Let me know what you think. Do you prefer the green or do you prefer the red? This is Little Italy in burgundy. And then these tiles are actually what we're going to be using upstairs in the bathroom. Now they are aged checkerboard 45 by 45 centimetre tiles. Well, the thing is, we've actually been told by our builder that if we want to have a checkerboard design like this, 45 centimetres by 45 centimetres is going to be way too big. But for the downstairs, we're also going to be using the same tiles. So all the way through this hallway, we will be having this checkerboard style tile. So it will be essentially laid like that all the way through the hallway. Now, I know it's quite hard to get an idea of what it would look like with just two tiles, but I think the larger tile would work really well down here. But because the bathroom upstairs is really small square footage, I think a larger tile wouldn't really work. Sorry about the hair. So yeah, lots to think about, and very exciting that these decisions are being made because we need to put orders in and get the builder schedule to start work, which is just mad. I'm actually going to wrap up this vlog now because I'm just going to go on a major clean now, and I just think I need to get in the zone. I need to put some music on, make myself a drink and just crack on. Zara's coming back from Birmingham in about 3 hours. She's driving back to London, so I want to get the house in some sort of order. Probably not going to be very clean because plasterer is coming on Wednesday and he's just going to make a mess again, which is totally fine. But yeah, glad garden is looking good. That is done in there. It's all looking very good. So I'm going to leave you guys here. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you have, don't forget to click subscribe and give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you all very soon in a future video. Bye for now.